I'll do this.
How's it going, everybody? It's Charlie, and yes, we are back with another live stream on the channel. Just before we get into it, make sure you're smashing that like, make sure you're subscribing, commenting, and the notification bell, all that jazz. But unfortunately, as I was just saying to our two guests, I've got to ruin everybody's night because Leeds United are playing a football game tomorrow, which I think nobody's looking forward to. But as I've said, we've got two guests, two debutants on the channel from the White Wall. We've got Isaac in the top right, I think, there, yeah. And then we've got the boy, the tactician from the White Wall. It's Longy. How are we, boys? All right?
Yeah, good. Thank you very much. Yourself?
I've not spoken to you boys in ages.
It feels like a lifetime, this does, boys. What's going on?
Feels like a lifetime, yeah. But yeah, I'm all right personally. I'm fine, but obviously, I just can't get this stupid club out of my mind at the minute because there's a lot going on. Isaac, how are we feeling at the minute about Leeds?
Mate, it's the good times are back. You know you're a Leeds fan when you feel like this. You know what I mean? It's like always on the crest of a roller coaster, and we're well and truly about to go fucking downhill again onto that bit where your stomach feels funny tomorrow. So, yeah, mate, I'm all right. Otherwise,
Tactics, man. What we're saying?
Yeah,
how we feeling?
Prepared. I've got the toilet paper roll next to me, ready for tomorrow. I've got a couple of beers ready. Yeah,
I feel like I'll need
one.
more than that. I'll need more than a few beers, I think, to get through tomorrow. But knowing Leeds United will probably turn up, blow them away, and it'll be a different mood, won't it? But yeah, like I say, guys, we've got West Brom tomorrow away at the Hawthorns, a ground that notoriously over the last few seasons we've not done great at. Most recently, we lost there last season 1-0.
Yeah.
Around Christmas time, which is always a bit of a sticky period for Leeds anyway. But I know it's only been, there's been a league game and a cup game. They actually got beat in the cup the other night by Fleetwood.
Yeah.
I don't know how relevant that's going to be in terms of tomorrow. But West Brom, Carlos Corberan usually has our number. So, Isaac, how are we feeling about facing this West Brom team, mate?
Like you said, mate, it's not. Does anyone else feel like we've played a lot more than one game? I don't feel like I could be feeling this sad after one league game.
Mentally, it feels like longer.
Yeah, but Corberan, like we've said before, boys, evening Jay, he always has our number whenever we play him, whether it's been under. Who did we play most recently? We played him since before we had Carlos, didn't we? Not Car fucking. No. Oh, there goes the monetization.
No, we haven't. We've only played him once. He's at West Brom.
But have we not played him at Huddersfield?
No, we were in the Prem.
We're in the Prem then.
Peasants back down then, mate. Come on.
Whenever we play him, it feels like we never get rid of him. Oh, no, it must have been because we were after him as manager that I thought we had something to do with him as well, you know, when Jesse Marsh left.
Yeah, we tried to get him as manager in the Prem, didn't we, to save us?
Yeah, when Radrizzani said we'd have a new manager within 24 hours. Remember that one? But I'm a bit nervous, but in typical Leeds United fashion, when I'm usually annoyed and I think, right, let's just almost think we're going to lose 3-0. Do you know what I mean? I'm expecting we'll probably win 2-0 and be a very good performance now in typical Leeds fashion, so I can't be annoyed anymore.
Yeah, I think I was listening to the Square Ball today, and I think someone on there said that it could be in terms of Daniel Farke, it could be like a Jesse Marsh like moment when he beat the Scousers that night at Anfield, where he was under pressure. All the noise was that he was going to get sacked, and then he pulls a good result out of his arse. Again, I'm not comparing West Brom and Liverpool, of course, but I'm just saying it could be that sort of scenario. But look, as I said on the White Wall last night, I'm not Farke out yet. I think it's way too early, but a defeat tomorrow, and I think there'll be a lot more pressure from the fans about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, how I feel like we have struggled against Corberan, as we've said. How would you go about beating him this time, do you think, then, Longy?
Well, this is Longy's perfect question, this. Tactics, formation.
How does the tactician beat the apprentice who's turning into the master? Well, what? To be fair, mate, this is going to be quite a tricky one. I know it sounds quite basic and boring. I'd go to a 4-1-4-1. Okay, just because obviously, yes. Just because obviously now, we said before we didn't have the players because obviously we had too much good players. Had like Rutte, it would be a waste to have him in that midfield role. Now, I think we have Amper doing the solo in that DM spot. 2 in front of him, Rothwell and Aronson in front with Joseph up in the top. So you got like your diamond throughout the core in the middle. And then obviously you got James on the right, Janonto on the left, which obviously up and down, cut inside, shoot. Then obviously when we go into attacking, Ampadu drops, but not too deep. He just sits about 5 yards in front of the 2 centre halves and the 2 fullbacks push up. So then we're basically doing a 3-4-3, constant attacking more in the pressure. But instead of going in narrow with the front lot, have the strikers sit on the solo of their centre half, and the 2 like left wingers sit in the middle of the wider, like if their fullbacks are the wider centre halves, with our fullbacks pushing up to making all linking up with triangles. So we've got options for quick movements.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more on that. I think something definitely needs to improve, especially in midfield. I think Isaac said it last night. The midfield recently, mate, hasn't it? It's just hasn't been there. I think it's just been way too easy for teams just to cut through us. And I think Farke definitely needs to improve the midfield area for me, Isaac.
Yeah, mate. Like we said yesterday, I feel like midfield, it's just going from defence to attack, and there's nothing in midfield. And that goes for both when we've got the ball. I sound like Paul Akinbaum, with ball and without the ball. But with the ball and without the ball, the midfield is non-existent at the minute, lads. There's no creativity coming from there, whether it's through the centre or even the wide positions. I know Nonto scored against Portsmouth, but creativity-wise, I don't think they're offering much at the minute, and I don't know why that is, because we've got Dan James, who's very good at this level, and Nonto's very good at this level. So I don't understand. Is it the formation, Longy? Tactics, man?
The formation worked last season, but obviously it's going to... You look, obviously, yes, against Portsmouth, the formation worked fine. We just switched off for 3 chances they had, and obviously 3 goals punished. Like you say in the Premier League, you mess up once, you normally concede.
Yeah.
In this case, we messed up 3 times. We conceded 3 times. It was a kind of one of those situations. So it's a little bit of tactics, or it's just belief in the players. I thought the formation worked. Then obviously against Middlesbrough, you got 9 changes, but you can't be using the excuse of 9 changes in my eyes. They're all professional footballers. They've all played Premier League. They've all played high championship. You got to think on that starting lineup. How many internationals did we have?
Yeah, a lot. Dan James, Roden,
Aronson,
Firpo, Aronson.
Corberan.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's not like they're playing poor standard. They're representing the country and everything. Some are being at the Euros, some are being at Copa America. So I think it's just...
as well. Yeah. Sorry, mate, but as well, I was saying this to my uncle of a night as well. I said it isn't like the players that came in are all under 21s and they've barely played football. They were all people that I imagine would want to be in that starting 11. Like he's just said there, all internationals, experienced first teamers, played in the Prem, played in the Championship. These are kids, like the full professional players, and they just look like they'd never played with each other ever. The other night, I think it was so easy for Borough to get on the ball. They had time and space to just do whatever they wanted. It was that first goal that they scored when he picked it up on the touchline and he just ran straight through us. and just slotted it home. And it was really, really frustrating to watch. But we'll just get into some comments, guys. There's 15 of you in the building. If you wouldn't mind smashing a like and getting your comments in, that'd be appreciated. Scarlett saying any signings yet? We've got as much luck as plotting fog than that happening at the minute. I can't lie. I've been checking my phone at every point throughout the day. I don't know why I do it, to be honest with you, because that Nancy Froston's not sharing anything. Like, she just isn't. Graham Smith, Pope, they've all gone quiet. I don't know why, but they have. Julie, evening, guys. Have you got over the loss of Georgie yet? Why have we got to speak about that again?
Georgie who?
That'll be interesting. Obviously, we'll get onto his predicted 11s in a little bit, but it will be interesting to see what Farke does like without him now. I've got a feeling there's somebody who is going to come in that I don't think a lot of people will be happy with. But like I said, we'll get into that in a bit. Jay's saying, wouldn't it be nice for a comfortable 2-0 win, 4 p.m. announcement of Johnny Rose signing, and then a 9 p.m. announcement of Jack Clark if Carlsberg did Saturdays? Yeah, it ain't going to happen though, is it? Let's be honest. Even if we win the game, like, that'll be brilliant, but there's going to be no... You don't really hear about signings over the weekend, usually, do you? No. I wouldn't expect anything. I think there's a striker being linked with us in Norwich. I don't know if you've seen that.
Young lad.
Is it the Swiss League or something, or Swedish League or something? 4 goals. Again, I'm not really believing that until I see it from a credible source, really. There's too many ITKs about for my liking. We'll just get into these comments and then we'll move on. Probably end up losing 2-0. God, yeah. God, there's funny things over, mate.
That's more likely, mate.
That's the Leeds United that I know and love. Yeah. Speaking of Pascal, there was even a rumour about him going, wasn't there, at one point?
Yeah.
I just shot that straight away. I was like, I'm not allowing that to happen.
I doubt it anyway.
Have you seen the one he's been linked to going back to Ajax?
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, there's apparently in Holland, because one of my friends who messaged me is from Holland. He lives in Amsterdam, and he's an Ajax fan. He goes, apparently we're interested in signing. That's over at their end. They're apparently interested in signing Strout because obviously he came through their academy. We bought him from their academy.
He'll have a buyback clause or something. There'll be another clause there, probably. Yeah. I've never known a football club in my life have as many clauses in contracts. You don't hear of it from any other club. No. I don't know if it's just like me having Leeds glasses on, but I don't ever see another club in this sort of situation, to be honest with you. But we'll move on. We'll move on from that because, But let's speak about West Brom again just briefly. Obviously, on the opening day, they got an away win against QPR 3-1. Josh Madger got a hat-trick. Seems to be their new 9. Obviously, they've lost Thomas Asante this summer, which at the time was a big blow to them. They've lost Callum O'Hare, who's ended up at Sheff U. So, maybe that's a benefit to us. I've seen people say that they're maybe in a... I don't think it's quite as extreme as us, but like in a similar situation as us where they're losing good players. And obviously their fans are happy about that. But yeah, look, I don't know how much to really read into an opening day game, really. I mean, it's kind of like us, like, will West Brom fans be looking at our draw with Portsmouth and thinking they'll have an advantage because of that? I don't think so. I still think we played well in that game. The only positive from the Borough game is that it wasn't our strongest 11. That's the only positive that I can take away from that game. But again, Isaac, do you read too much into the opening day win, or is it irrelevant? What do you think?
Not really, mate. If you cast, I'm a bit weird with like League One Leeds. It's like my autistic trait sort of thing. So if you remember the season we got promoted, what were they called? Colchester beat Norwich 7-2. the opening game of the season in 2000. Yeah, 7-2, I think it was. And Paul Lambert was the Chesterfield manager. So Norwich sacked their gaffer, went and got Paul Lambert. Then they won the league and League One that year. So I don't really take too much away from the opening game. There's loads of stuff like weird, like Man City lose to Spurs in that first game usually. Man City don't really kick in till, when is it, like October, November time. But it's the stuff that's off the pitch that makes me not very confident, mate. Like Charlie's got this saying in our group chat, we're a championship on the grass, but what are we off the grass, Charlie?
We are a League Two club behind the scenes. And that's what it feels like at the minute.
Yeah, it does.
And again, I'm not... I just want to reiterate to everyone watching, I'm not usually this negative. I'm actually usually quite optimistic. But at the minute, you know, I'm a paying customer. I've got a season ticket. I spend the money on the shirts like we all do.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I think they've increased the away season tickets, the memberships. Everything's gone up. And then all this is happening. So
everything's gone up and our players are all going out.
Yeah, mate.
Exactly, Longy. Exactly. And
the away season is 800 quid this year.
I think mine was about 660, and that's for a home one.
Yeah. A lot of my branches got and said, how much was that? 800 quid. I was like,
exactly, but it's all a business now, isn't it? Football, and I think that's the sad thing about it, really. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the last few games at the Hawthorns haven't exactly gone down well. I think the last time we won there, I think, was when we had the Burgundy kit in the Prem and we beat them 5-0. Yeah, I think that was the last win when that, what's he called? That Brazilian fella that went to Barcelona. What's he called?
What happened to him?
Rafinha. That beautiful man. He scored that worlder. I think they got dodgy. There was a dodgy own goal as well, I think, wasn't there? There was a dodgy own goal where they like passed it back and it went in or something like that.
Something like that. They were in trouble there. I think they went down that year.
Yeah.
Did they have Big Sam?
Yeah, they did.
There must be a Big Sam thing going on with relegation.
Yeah. Didn't we go under Big Sam as well? Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, I think we did. Yeah. God, you think times are bad now? That was a bad time when we had Big Sam in 100%. But yeah, we'll move on to the more juicy bit, I think, which maybe people might have different opinions. The predicted lineup and formation for this. Like I said earlier, obviously, Georgie is no longer with us. He hasn't died. He's just left. So I'll let you guys speak first. We'll go to Longy first.
Oh,
we'll go like position or like area of the pitch. So we'll go goalkeeper. Obviously, I'm assuming everyone's saying Meslier.
Yeah.
I think he's the best of a bad bunch, I would say. I definitely don't want Carl Darlow in the goal, which the last time we played them at the Hawthorns, Carl Darlow played because Meslier was suspended as well.
Yes. And they scored a handball goal, didn't they?
They did, yeah. So, yeah, we're unlucky that night. I thought it was a poor performance that night, but, you know, swings and roundabouts. But yeah, everyone's agreeing on Illan Meslier. I do think he needs to improve in certain areas of his game. I think his distribution has been shocking for a while now.
Yeah.
Strange to me that he's been made vice captain. That's just my opinion. I don't see him being commanding enough, in my opinion, to be given that role. But yeah, we'll move on to the back four. Is everyone still sticking with the same back four, or is there any changes there? Or is it a back three? Mr. Tactics Man.
Longy'd love a back three.
I'd love a back three. I'd be all over that, but I don't see it, unfortunately. I just see it as a 4-2-3-1 formation, playing as a back three whilst in possession, and then playing as a two blocks to break through as a 4-2-3-1 whilst defending. In my eyes,
I was actually thinking as well. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not happy that Georgie's gone, but I feel like if he is to leave, which it does look likely that he will, a back three could actually suit us better now, potentially. Because obviously you'd have the three, you'd have maybe Bogle, Firpo, wing backs, Ampadu and Rothwell in the middle, then James, Joseph and Nonto. that'd been a back three. Again, whether you put, I don't know, Verba in the middle or on the left, or that remains maybe to be seen. But I think a back three could be a benefit. I don't see it happening though, as long as just said. I think Farke will stick with the same formation. Isaac, do you agree?
Yeah, I think he'll stay with. I was just writing down my back four there. I think he'll stay with the same formation. I don't think he likes change that much. But my back four would be left back Pascal. Bloody hell, that would have been a change. First left back Pascal and Roden centre halves, and Sam Byram right back for me.
Sam Byram right back.
Yeah,
Sam Byram. So you drop Bogle for this?
Yeah.
I like it. A defensive style instead of more of attacking. And then he sweeps across and lets Firpo bomb up, and you have a back three with that lot on the right hand side inwards. I
just think he started with us as a right back, didn't he? So he can obviously play there. And I think Bogle's been exposed in these 2 games. So hook him mad for me. It might be a bit harsh, but he's in the bin.
I understand your thinking, and I wouldn't be totally against it. My only issue with Byram the other night is I think he's a bit too safe in certain scenarios. He doesn't look forward enough, but I do agree from a defensive standpoint, maybe to look a bit more structured at the back. It might suit us better to have Byram on the right, like Longy's just said, to allow Firpo to move forward, or Isaac maybe said it. I don't know who said it. Someone said it. I agree, but I don't think he's going to drop Bogle, just for the simple fact that we've just brought him for that reason as I say an Archie Gray sort of
I agree, mate.
Replacement. But in the midfield, then I would go Ampadu and Rothwell.
Yeah, hands
down. Do I think he will do that?
No.
I'm not 100% sure. I think he seems to rate Gruev, which I'm not saying I don't, but again, similar to Byram, but just in a different position. I think he's too safe on the ball. He played a few forward passes the other night, which were good, and I was thinking, if only he did that more, I think it'd add a little bit of just element of surprise maybe for the opponent. But like I said, I'd go Ampadu and Joe Rothwell. I think he was the only player, was Rothwell, the other night that came out with any bit of grace in that game.
Yeah.
Isaac, what do you think?
Me, I've gone Ampadu and Gruev because I think that's what he'll pick, and because I want as much protection for who I picked in the number 10 slot, who I picked as well. I don't think he's going to do a lot defensively for us, so I've gone Ampadu and Gruev, boys.
I'm interested to hear who you've gone for that 10 role, but we'll get into that in a second. Longy, do you agree with Joe Rothwell, or?
I would have Joe Rothwell in the 10, but now... sorry, I've ruined it now. Yeah, I would have...
Jesus, not in the 10.
Yeah. Well, what I'd like to have him, I would like to have Ampadu and Rothwell in the defensive role. But if you're thinking defensive properly, Ampadu and Gruev, and then Rothwell in the 10.
That'd be a good shout, that, you know.
Because he's got the vision.
I didn't
like to drive forwards.
No, I've not thought that you said it. That's good, Longy.
I think he's enough. Is definitely forward thinking enough to play that role, in my opinion. I think he's always looking to progress the ball upfield, which I think the issue with Ampadu and Gruev is I think they're too similar, and they both kind of do the same role. And I think Ampadu's better at that role than what Gruev is.
Yeah,
and so I don't think, and he's the captain, and I don't think they balance each other. I just think the balance is off in midfield with them two. So I think if you've got Ampadu sitting slightly, you can allow Joe Rothwell, even if he's not playing in the 10, it can like help out, you know, with the
because he's got that defensive mind and offense and defense mind.
Exactly, and I think like I think it was Mike said last night that he'd have Ben Sheaf if he could pick a player. I think he'd be perfect for me alongside Ampadu. Again, probably won't happen, so I'm not getting my hopes up there, but I agreed with that point. Into the 3 and behind then. So I think we can all agree that it'll be James and Nonto on either side.
Yep.
I think the fact that he brought them both off at the same time against Portsmouth was staggering to me. I thought Nunto was a bit quiet first half, but I thought he grew into the game. He obviously equalised straight away, and I think from that point his confidence grew and he got better. James, even if he's not having the best game, just the pace alone is just something that you need on that right-hand side for me. And I think once Bogle's properly up to speed, and hopefully once we see the best of him, that could be a really frightening duo down that right-hand side. And that is what I'm hoping will happen. I hope it's just him adjusting to things in terms of Bogle. In the 10, I don't want this to happen because I think he slows the play down massively. But I think he's going to put Perot in 100%. Oh, right. I think he's going to put Perot in behind. Obviously, I think we all think Joseph will be the number 9. But I just think the thing with Perot is it's madness because he was my number 1 choice last season. The first player I said I wanted him. And the day he signed, I remember I was at work. I was buzzing. It was like Christmas Day for me. I thought we've got the best striker in the Championship. Yeah. But what we found out now is that he's not a number 9 and he's not a number 10, in my opinion, anyway. He's like a 9.5 maybe because he's a bit of both. I don't know. But he's all right on the edge of the box when the ball's getting cut back to him and he's a good finisher. Yeah. But to be good in the number 10, like Rutter is, you need to be able to progress the ball. You need to be able to pick out a good pass. You need to move the ball quicker, have a bit of pace about you as well. Perot's got the finishing, and positionally sometimes he's all right. But other than that, I'm at a loss. I don't know if anyone of you two's agreed with me that he'll play Perot. Isaac, have you?
Not me, mate. No.
Right. So, is it a certain? I was just going to say, is it a certain American?
I've gone for Brendan at the 10, mate. Yeah.
Again, as well. That wouldn't surprise me, but I don't know. I just have a feeling that it'll be.
I think you might be right, mate. I think you're right in your choice. That I think he will pick Perot, but I'm not buzzing about putting Brendan in there. But needs must at the moment, innit? I think I don't want to say he's the closest thing to Rutter we've got because he's on a different universe. But
can't replace Rutter.
No, just them little short balls that we tend to do into, like for his first goal, into his feet, he turned and got his shot away. So
yeah.
That's what we tend to do when we're not shooting from outside the box because it's illegal when you're wearing a Leeds shirt, lads. I didn't know if you know that. So just playing him in the edge of the box, hopefully he can turn and get a shot away. And obviously he scored against Portsmouth, so I don't know if that's him breaking his way into the team or what.
Hopefully. I mean, I think he has a lot more pace about him than Perot. I'd say that's probably the only thing he's got on him. Obviously, that 6 kilo of weight that is gained over the summer as well.
Just 6 kilo.
Just yeah. I think I'm just struggling to work out who would be the better of 2 evils out of the 2. I don't know if
both have got issues.
Yeah, I'm at an absolute loss. As the tactician in the left-hand side, who would you have in the number 10? Who do you think would be better tomorrow?
I'd say Aronson in the 10 would be better tomorrow, just because obviously he's a bit more faster and he's a bit more agile and be able to hopefully make a pass to feet and spin off around the corner quicker. And then that would be me personally. But like you said, I can see him putting Perot in, which is...
There's just times with Perot for me where he picks the ball up in a good area to potentially start a counter-attack and he just holds onto the ball way too long and it just slows everything down. It happened a few times when he came on against Portsmouth. The other night against Borough, I'll be honest, I don't know about you, Isaac, because you were there as well, but I didn't even notice he was on the pitch. No. I can't lie.
Not at all.
And the same goes for a certain striker as well, Patrick Bamford. I mean, I think he rounded the keeper and he were offside at one point. That's the only time I remember him being on.
Feeling that he's going to play him tomorrow.
Was that in the first half when he rounded the keeper?
Yeah. That's the only time I noticed him.
You know, on the replay, It was a foot on. He was well onside.
He just still missed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once he rounded him, he kind of stopped as if to say, "Oh God, I've rounded him.
What am I doing here?
What do I do? Yeah, what am I doing in front of goal?" But yeah, let's just obviously we've been speaking for a bit there. Let's see if we've got any comments.
Got some good questions coming in, to be fair.
David Gray, Farke versus Corberan so far he hasn't tactically outsmarted him. Yeah, I mean, I'd argue is it only Farke that we've faced Corberan with?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Is.
Yeah. So far he hasn't been able to. Jay's 11, Mez, Bogo, Ampadu, Rothwell. Yeah. Yeah, he's agreed with me. For if he drops Joseph for Bamford,
we're in trouble.
I mean, the group chat will go off.
If he does, and if it was me and I was Joseph and I got dropped for Bamford, I'd be there like, "Oh, transfer request. I want to leave."
And
I would.
Imagine if they lost Joseph as well. Imagine if he had a clause. I feel like every player's probably just got.
He will.
They've all got clauses. Jay's saying the problem with Byram is if he gets past the halfway or runs faster than 5 miles per hour, his legs crumble away to dust. Yeah, I agree. He is made of biscuits. To be fair. But I was going further up. There's more as well. O'Hare played for Coventry. Yeah, he did. He's saying we're going to struggle because our management have let the players become unfit. Look at the games. It's there to see.
I do agree with that a bit, Especially
there's certain ones where they do. It's mad because, like I said, in pre-season, they all looked fine. I thought the football was good. We were pressing these teams that we were playing, getting in the faces. And then against Pompey, for 10 minutes we did that. But then the others, it were just, like I say, I feel like that's the more disappointing thing is that this time last week we were buzzing for the first game of the season. We thought we were going to romp on our predictions on the white wall. We said we'd win the league, and we said Georgie would get the top assists as well.
Georgie top assists, and then who else did we say?
We said Joseph
top scorer. Yeah. Which that could still happen, hopefully, if the 49ers pull the finger out and
top scorer with 3 goals,
get some signings. Let's just touch upon obviously the incomings situation. Obviously, no news.
This will be brief
today. Yeah, exactly. No news. I must admit, again, I was naive. I hold my hands up. But I did think with the Georgie news breaking yesterday, well, it was like late Wednesday night, but the majority of yesterday, wasn't it? It was just all Georgie. I was expecting to maybe hear about at least one today. At least one. Just give me one name. And every time I check my phone,
we got nothing.
Nothing. I was even checking the group chat just to see if any of you lot had anything, but you lot are all shit as well because you didn't know anything. So
I don't think Greatest Stanton knows anything. That's the worst thing.
Well, the 49ers, they didn't know about these clauses. Angus Kinnear didn't know about these clauses. So, like I always say, it feels like League Two in the background. It's so poor.
How is it this bad? Off the pitch, how is it this bad?
It's amazing how much can change in the literally 7 days.
Yeah, I know, mate.
We've gone from thinking we're going to smash the league, we're going to have this player, that player, to then go in, shit, can we even get a starting 11? Have we got any? Can we call any of the kids up from the academy? What's going on?
Once Georgie officially signs for Brighton, I think we'll only have 19 players.
Yeah, and 3 goalkeepers.
3 goalkeepers.
Yeah, so 16 really.
I think we've only got 19 now.
No, I think it's 19 if Georgie goes.
Right, okay.
So I think that's the least in the division, if I'm right in saying that at the minute.
Yeah, we already were the least. The second least was 23.
That's thin even for Bielsa, that.
We might have to go to Chelsea and ask for, well, they've got plenty to go at.
20 signings.
we could easily get 20 signings off them.
I saw a video, mate, of their pre-season training today. It looked like they were at a concert.
Yeah. And the fact that they've got Enzo Maresca in as well. But anyway, we are here to speak about Chelsea. But yeah, I'm going to ask you a blunt question, lads.
No, is the answer.
Well, the question is, are we confident going into tomorrow? But Isaac's just answered. So, Longy, are we confident? No, not an ounce.
If you don't laugh, you'll only end up crying. That's all I can say at the moment.
Have we got any positives to go into this game with?
It's still 0-0 at the moment.
Oh, I have one. Verba's a doubt.
That's a good one.
Verba's a doubt.
Oh, yeah. No.
Get in.
Wow.
But no,
Verba's a doubt.
Weirdly, lads, I think we'll win.
Don't give me that hope.
I think we'll win. I think we'll win 2-0.
What? Kyle Barkley 2 own goals?
Yeah, something like that. Is he gone, Barkley?
No, he's still there. He's the captain.
He'll be there till he'll be there.
Him and Alex Moe.
You're going to say he'll be there till he dies.
Yeah.
No, I think we'll win 2-0. I don't know why. Because we've been so bad.
Yeah, I mean, I have head and heart at the minute, so my heart is saying 2-1 Leeds.
Yeah,
I think maybe just edge it. It'll be an awful game. It'll be tense and anxious, but I think we'll just get it done. But my head is saying it's got a 1-0 defeat written all over it, unfortunately.
Yeah. Is anyone going to
No.
No, I'm at a baby shower tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'd rather be there, to be honest.
So my mate's, he's got like 150 people going to a baby shower.
Is it on at the same time as the game?
Yeah, 12:30.
We come.
He's got. Tell him he's got 152 now because me and Isaac are coming.
Yeah, we're cool. Got 2 more coming.
I'll drive down. God. But yeah, so Isaac, you're going 2-0.
2-0 Leeds. Yeah, I don't know why I'm saying we'll get 2-0.
What, head or heart?
Both. I've said both, so go for it.
Heart saying we're going to win 1-0. Ed is saying we're going to lose 2-0, unfortunately.
Who are your scorers if we are going to win, boys, for Leeds?
Own goal.
I'll go Joseph to get off the mark.
Ooh.
And I'll go Nonto again. I'll go Joseph and Nonto.
Fancy Joseph and Ampadu me from a corner or something. I know I really am like.
I nearly said I was going to say Rodon from a corner.
Yeah.
But Rodon's turned into Liam Cooper a bit, hasn't he? He's turned into Liam Cooper. It's curses, that 6 shirt, isn't it? I think he hasn't been like, I don't think he's been terrible.
He's not been much over. No.
He's just not been the same, has he? I don't know if it's added pressure with him signing permanently. I don't know if that's a factor, but we'll just get into a few last comments before we finish.
David Gray said 3-0 West Brom.
Doubt Clark happens, by the way, but there's no smoke without fire. Yeah, potentially. I mean, like Isaac was saying off air, you know, it's predominantly the Sunderland end that's mainly saying that.
I think that's good news, though.
Yeah, I think that's kind of better in a way because they must obviously know something that we don't. There was a rumor there was a Rangers player linked with us today, but that quickly got shut down.
We don't know that.
Well, we don't, but that did quickly get shut down. We've not heard Jack Clark get shut down. Maybe that's a good thing.
I tried to preempt him with a tweet, lads. Did you see it? I was like, come on then, lads. Come and ruin it.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah. Can you see 49ers forking out 20 million for Clark?
No.
I don't think it'll be that amount.
Weirdly, I think
that's the amount that it would require to get him. I just don't know if they'd pay it.
I think they'll be desperate and they need something just to shut us up.
We can't be panicked. I'm not saying that he is a panic buy. I just mean in terms of the amount.
The amount,
yeah. The amount is a desperation buy.
Yeah.
The player isn't, but I don't want us to throw all of as much as I would love Jack Clark. I just don't want us to throw all our eggs in that basket. I feel like
we need more than Jack Clark, even if we get him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would still be nervous and concerned even if Jack Clarke came through the door and no one else did.
We'll probably Clarke on 1 or 2 more.
Yeah, because it'd turn in. I think I said it earlier. It'd turn into Jack Clarke FC rather than Somerville FC, and Farke would just be
vibes,
praying that he comes up with the goods, won't he? So Longy's put a comment in there, not a chance.
Longy loves the comments.
Hey, I'm just the comment section.
He loves the comments, does Longy. Michael saying there's even rumours of teams trying to poach Ampadu now. God,
yeah,
really? I haven't seen that.
£5 million release clause he's got.
And a pack of Haribos. Come on.
How much did we sign him for? Was it about
7 million? But if we got promoted last season,
7 million. But is 7 million. But his buyout is 7.15.
It'll be it'll be 6, mate. 6 million release clause.
Jay's saying he thinks a 1-1 would be a decent result. I'll be honest. If someone said to me now it'll be 1-1, would you take it? Yeah.
100%. I'd snap your hand off, mate.
Absolutely. And that's sad, but yeah. David's been optimistic. 3-0 West Brom.
I like David. He sounds like me.
I mean, fair play, David. Fair play.
Obviously, win, but yeah.
Deep down, that's probably what I'm thinking. I just don't say it on the stream. I don't think. 1-0 lead to kind of bounce back of sorts. Yeah. I mean, again, it wasn't the strongest 11 against Borough, but if that doesn't give them the kick up the arse that they need, forget all the behind the scenes shit. Like, for now, we just need to focus on a game of football now. I know it sounds simple and it's not, but just go out, at least give the fans something to cling on to, because it's not easy to get a win down at the Hawthorns for anyone.
Yeah.
So if we can grind something out, that would be good. Andy's saying 2-2 Joseph and Farke.
Is Junior.
Limbs in the away end. Limbs. I actually know a few people who are off down. And
are they off down, yeah?
I didn't want to risk it. I'm not no, but
minutes for me, but I couldn't get a ticket.
Is that how far away it is, literally?
Yeah, about 40 minutes, mate.
Yeah, about 45 for me.
You're going to Wednesday, though, aren't you?
Going to Wednesday, yeah, going on the branch. Filming some sort of weird documentary, mate, on the branch that day, so that'll be good.
That's a talk for a different day, I think, that one, because I'm nervous for that one as well, can't lie. 15 plus 6 or 7 in add-ons for Clarke. Still don't think we'd do it, but yeah, I can't see them spending that amount of money. I just can't. I don't know why. I think they're going to try and. I think that was it 10 initially, but rising to 15.
Yeah,
something
10,
like that.
10 up front, rising up to 15 in add-ons if we got promoted in the first season.
It's going to take more than that, isn't it?
Guys, there's 23 of you in the building, so just for the last few moments, make sure you're smashing that like and keep getting your comments in, even if you're watching it after. 49ers walked throughout 20 million on one player. They're tight. We're thrown under a bus here. Yeah, don't think I could have said it better myself, to be fair. It's like I keep saying, it's just mad how bleak it is now, isn't it? Compared to last week.
On the podcast, we were discussing like haircuts and favourite shirts. So
favourite shirts, my haircut. Yeah, we're speaking about other bits as well. Yeah, don't think Farke's beat Corberan. No, he hasn't. Hopefully that changes tomorrow. Just watched Farke staring into space when we were losing midweek. No answers. I feel like his only answer at the minute is to throw the attackers on and hope for the best. Which
make 5 subs at once.
Yeah.
And he's so reactive with his subs as well. Like at 2-0, he just put Nonto and Georgie and everyone on. But just before we close, again, I'm going to ask one more time because I need some. Anyone got any positivity?
It's the weekend.
I've got a bit of positivity that I can tell you.
Yeah, go on.
I don't know if it's obviously we've said that we'd like Ben Sheaf to sign for Leeds. He's currently not in the squad at all for the Coventry game tonight. Now, I don't know if he's injured or anything, but
or a late bidder's gone in from Leeds United.
Exactly.
Or Ipswich.
Or Ipswich.
Or Ipswich, yeah, because he's linked with
everybody.
Ipswich. I did see that, which would be...
Very quickly, just this comment here.
Wow.
We discussed this on the pod, haven't we, boys? Me and Charlie have both said that we'd be fine with Jayden Anthony coming back in as long as he wasn't the only one to come back in. I'm fine with him coming in to play on the bench like he did last year, but not as they're not selling Somerville and then saying, "Yeah, lads, here's Jayden Anthony back."
No,
there you go.
And if it was a permanent, it would depend on the fee.
1 million.
If it was a stupid fee, then absolutely not. But if it was 3 million, maybe at the absolute most,
above 5,
okay. Yeah. But if he came in as well as a Jack Clark, or a Johnny Rowe, as an example, then I could get on board with that. That's some decent depth. But if they turn around and say, "Well, here's your Somerville replacement," and it's just Jayden Anthony again,
it's not going to
go down well. And I think that away end tomorrow, if things go badly, could be very toxic. Please not Farke really. No, and I think that showed last season as well.
It's gone through, Michael.
It's gone through. It's gone through. Michael, they've announced it, mate. Yeah.
Apparently they've had to pay circa 4 million, I heard.
What, loan fee?
Apparently, someone said on Twitter it's a £4 million loan fee and there's no recall.
Palace are playing hardball with even that Matt Gahey deal as well to Newcastle, aren't they? They're turning down crazy money.
They've turned down 65.
65?
65 they rejected.
What's going on in football, lads?
Well, they said if Harry Maguire was 80, we want at least 70 plus, which is fair enough. He's better than Maguire.
Speaking of Harry Maguire, they're playing at the minute, aren't they?
Yeah.
The old Scum.
0-0.
Coventry are beating Oxford 2-1 at half time. But yeah, I think we'll leave it there. Like I say, appreciate everybody that's joined this evening. We're going to try and turn this into a regular thing if the boys are all right with that. We'll try and preview every game. As well, make sure that you're checking out the White Wall. It is still fairly new and it's growing, but it's a little bit more unfiltered. So if you want people just ranting for an hour and a half or so, then go check that out. Go subscribe and like that. Obviously, keep liking this, keep commenting on this if you're watching it afterwards. Big thank you to Isaac and to Longy for taking time out of their Friday night to join me tonight.
Thanks for having us on.
No problem. I really hope we've got something positive to talk about on Sunday night, because that's when we'll be live again, I believe, on the White Wall.
Are you doing
Sunday night?
Saturday? We're going.
Yeah, I'll be live. I'll be live in the morning as well at 9:30 for some match day thoughts. So if anyone's feeling any differently on match day, just come and join me. Again, it'll only be half hour or so, guys, in the morning. I'll be live with Owen straight after the game, which should be interesting, as you boys know. Try and keep it PG on his side, hopefully.
8 o'clock
and
Sunday,
then
we'll be on.
Yeah, and then I'll have a bit of a solo just match review on later on in the evening as a pre-record as well. So plenty of content on Chatting Leeds and the White Wall over the weekend. Once again, big thank you to everyone, and we'll see you in a bit. Cheers
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.